Before I get started, I want to warn you that if you identify as a male, you should notice if there's any resistance to what I'm about to say. I promise I'm only sharing this information because I think it could be beneficial. And I'll also say that I'll be speaking from my perspective, which is as a female who dates males. So, it has been my experience that men could improve upon their communication skills. In particular, I am most concerned with listening skills. Now, you might be thinking, should females also work on their communication skills? And yes, they should, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about why she's ghosting you. So, guys, I'm about to reveal the secret to successful dates. From now on and forever, this one thing is all you have to do to make sure she doesn't ghost you. Ready? Here goes. You actually have to care about what she has to say.
Pow!
Okay, I know I'm being dramatic, but unless you're a narcissist, I know you're capable of doing this. So, how do you show her that you actually care about what she's talking about? I'm gonna give you 3 tips so that she won't ghost you. Number 1, show genuine interest. How do you show someone genuine interest? You show someone by actively listening and asking questions. If I'm being fully transparent, I think active listening is very difficult for everyone, but it's particularly very important when it comes to, the dating context. And when you want to get to know someone and potentially develop a romantic relationship, it's going to be very, very important that you learn how to listen well. So, how do you listen well? I recently heard a phrase that says that you should listen like a cow. Now, at first it sounds kind of strange, but I did a little digging, and essentially cows, when they listen, they cock their big brown eyes at you and their ears twitch when you talk. Essentially what this message is meant to convey is that you're meant to be paying attention and to be as present as possible. Often, and I'm sure you've heard a variation of this before, people listen to respond as opposed to listening to understand. And I think that's one of our biggest problems when it comes to communicating with each other. We want to talk, and our desire to talk makes it so that we actually don't comprehend what the other person is saying. But like any skill, the more you practice active listening, the better that you're gonna get at it. And the other part of showing genuine interest is asking questions. Please do not make the mistake of not asking questions. I've had so many girls tell me, and I've been on plenty of dates myself to learn, that some men just don't ask questions. They do a lot of talking and don't do a lot of asking questions. So please do not make the mistake of not asking questions. I started to think about it, and dating is a lot like a job interview process. You really should come prepared. Think about it. This could be your future wife, the mother of your children, for crying out loud. Get it together. Come prepared with questions. You should be showing your genuine interest throughout the entirety of the conversation. Okay, let's move on to tip number 2, which is don't interrupt her while she's talking. I do want to make a quick note here that I know that across cultures there are some differences when people are talking and talking over each other. I think it is more of a Western idea, particularly in the United States, where we one person speaks, they end what they're saying, and then the other person responds. And I find that this is the way that I like to communicate as well. I don't really like the whole talking over each other. I like to complete my ideas and then hear, what the other person thinks and what they have to say in response to what I've, put out on the table. Personally, I think nothing communicates I don't really care about what you're saying than someone just cutting me off in the middle of a sentence and just saying something that they want to say, especially if it's not really related to the conversation that we were even having. So please be mindful of not interrupting her while she's talking. And I'll say one last thing. If you do end up interrupting her because you have a genuine question about what she's saying, just apologize for doing so and then let her finish what she's saying. Okay. Tip number 3 is to send a follow-up email. I'm totally playing on the fact that dating can be like a job interviewing process, but what I really mean is to send a follow-up text. There's a high chance that after date number 1, you've already figured out what your intentions are. And let me just lay out what, they possibly could be. So maybe you like this person and, you really enjoyed your time with them and you'd like to go on a second date. Maybe it's possible that the vibe that you got is more of a friend vibe. Maybe it's possible that you'd be interested in the idea of friends with benefits. Maybe you just want to have a one-night stand with this person. Maybe you're not interested at all in having any kind of relationship with this person. You should value your time and value theirs as well. I believe the world is made better through honest communication. And sometimes, it happens that your honesty can actually turn her on. So, lastly, if you don't care about what she has to say, that's okay. It's very possible that you just aren't compatible with that person. Please just always do your best to be a decent human being. And I'll say one more thing, and this should not be the goal. Let me make that clear, especially if it's in a kind of manipulative way. But sometimes being a kind human being that listens well increases your chances of getting laid. I'm just saying. Nothing turns a girl on more than when a guy is very nonchalant about sex. Check out this clip.
When I was younger and I was waiting, I would tell guys, I'm not ready to have sex yet. Is that okay? And anytime guys were really cool about that decision, that just made me want to have sex with them more. The hottest thing you can say to a girl is, hey, we don't have to do anything. Now we do.
So I hope you guys got something from this video. If you did, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. You guys hear that? Some dogs outside. It's appropriate for the topic. No, I'm totally kidding.